And give him credit. I mean, that was a really tough shot. I mean, it was a outside the paint floater with two guys all over him. I mean, you give him credit. So I thought that was the game, and then obviously it got overturned. But hell of a play by that young man.
BK, what did you like defensively down the stretch from the team, especially with the way the first half went? They were getting on the offensive glass, and then things changed in that second half for you.
It really started, I think, in the second quarter. We were not rebounding in. We were fouling quite a bit. We made a big change in the second quarter. I think they only had 2 second chance points and maybe a couple free throws. And then we did a good job at the beginning of the third. Give them credit. They really crashed in the second half late. That's kind of how they kept themselves in the game. Our rebounding wasn't as good, but we weathered the storm in different parts of the game, so I was really proud of the guys, their resiliency and sticking with it when they didn't have a great defensive game to start.
In a game like this that goes back and forth down the stretch, especially with how many times they got to the free throw line in the first half, how important was it, one? And two, how proud are you of the guys for when it got in crunch time? They did their best to not foul the way they were in the first half.
I thought we did a good job of really showing our hands. That's how we kind of extend the leads in that start of the third quarter. Those were fouls in the first half, so like good adjustment by our guys, going vertical, showing our hands, and those turned into some easy baskets. But hey, our guys stuck with it. It was a heck of a game.
Conversely, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, tied or set a new season high with offensive rebounds yourself. What shifted with the way that you all started to crash the glasses most?
It was Bilal. Like, we got to give Bilal a ton of credit for what he brought to the game tonight. He was all over the place. His activity, his defense, his crashing, tipping balls out, diving on the floor. He made a huge play in that first quarter that kind of really rallied our team. Like, he dove on it. We got it. We got a lob to Rich. Like, that kind of galvanized the troops. And it just shows you the kind of impact that he can have on the game just by his activity level. It was really good. I was really proud of him tonight.
Alex Smith's career high. Let's start with Jordan Poole, 34 points, first game back. What do you think of him as a shot?
You thought he just played within the flow of the game. This is a good defensive team. They can pressure you, and he didn't force anything. He didn't have to. The ball was moving, and when it came to him, he shot it or he drove it. I thought he played a really efficient game. That came out obviously in the stats, but I liked how he just let the game come to him. And then obviously he had some big moments. He got us up 8 there. I think he had back-to-back shots there, that 3 in transition, and good to have him back.
Bilal and Keyshawn against Barnes and Barrett. What did you see about those matchups and how they were able to limit those guys?
I mean, you don't limit them completely, but I thought they did as best they could, try to keep them off the free throw line. I think we adjusted after that, like I said, after the first quarter. But those guys are downhill drivers, and it takes the whole guys. But I thought those guys did a good job on it.
What do you see from 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓 tonight, and what do you want him to improve for the rest of the season?
I thought he had, he started off not making some of his shots, but I didn't think that's stopped his energy level. I thought he had a really great start to the third quarter. Rim protection, rebounding, finishing. Just keep being consistent on the things that we're doing. He's growing before our eyes. I thought he really responded well with a really good third quarter after missing some shots that he normally makes. I liked his energy to start the third. Really good.
Can you, without giving away the tactical, but can you walk us through that final defensive possession where you make the change, you put Marcus in for Jordan? You have a very long, athletic defensive unit out there. I know they were able to at least try to get the shot off for what might have been the winner, but can you just walk us through?
Yeah, those are the guys we wanted on the court. Obviously, Marcus is one of the best, so I was joking with him we might have to find somebody else, but we want those guys out there, the length, the size, the ability to protect the rim. That kid made a hell of a play. Just got a little lucky there with that one, to be honest.
First off, what was your reaction when Shed first makes a shot?
I was like, we lost. Because everybody run on the court, they were confident. I was like, man, I think we lost. Went on the bench, I sat down, I was sick, but we got lucky.
And then, obviously, when they overturn it, what's your...
Oh, I jumped. I was happy. I was like, we won the game. It was a tough game, so winning that game meant something.
Do you have a favorite reaction from anyone on the team?
Rich. Rich was jumping all over the place when he learned that,
BK was talking about how much activity you had, the deflections, the offensive rebounds in particular. What did you see with that activity? What allowed you to have that kind of activity, and what impacted you?
Just came in the game aggressive defensively. I remember last game actually when they were really physical with us, and I was like, I'm trying to remake that. So, yeah, just got in the game, locked in defensively, and tried to blow everything up.
Bilal, you just missed a poster earlier in the game. You got fouled. How'd it feel to finish that second one?
Yeah, I told Bud, I was like, I got one for you coming. So, yeah, it felt really good.
There's another play I want to ask you about. You're guarding Barrett. Ball gets loose. You sprint around him and dive on the floor. Just talk about that defensive effort that you give every night and what that does for your team.
Yeah, like I said, try to blow everything up, show that I'm a good defender, that I deserve the recognition. So, yeah, just make tough plays like that, dive on the floor, and it means something for everybody, and everybody gets involved after.
With the offensive rebounds, with your ability to jump, is that something you feel like you could tap into more as your career progresses?
Yeah, definitely. I was talking about it last practice with somebody, and yeah, I was like, man, I got to do it more. Like, I'm pretty athletic. I got long arms, so yeah, it should be like I should get a couple of them every game.
What are the things that can enable you to do that?
Just being more physical, being tougher, and yeah, just go get it for real.